I'm going to tie the Quack, which is basically a variation of the hairwing Royal Coachman. It was first tied by Rube Cross in the 1930s for one of his clients, a Leonard Quackenbush of the Beaverkill Trout Club. The hook I'm using is a Partridge, ideal dry size 12, and the thread I'm using is Shear 14/0 in a tan. And the first thing we're going to have to do is to tie on the hair wing. And for this, I'm using a natural white calf tail. Once I've got my calf tail, I'm going to put it into the stacker. Okay, good. And then I'm going to tie that in. One of the tricks of this is to not use too much. Just take out any you don't think you're going to need. And this fly was designed to be used at twilight and for a client whose eyesight was failing. So we want a nice prominent post. That looks about right. That should do us nicely. Okay, now I'm going to trim off the waist. We have to be careful of is because it's hair, it's obviously going to have a much bulkier profile when you come to tying in the body. So as much as possible, try and get it even and you're gradual. So we'll secure that. And now back up, and we're going to split the wings. We'll split the hair to make the wings. Obviously this wants to be as even as possible. And once we've decided, then we'll figure of 8. And we'll also do 2 wraps around each individual wing. Okay, good. Okay, like so. Okay. And now one of the variations that makes this a quack as opposed to a normal Royal Coachman is the fact we're going to use brown hackle for the tail. And for the tail, as it's a dry fly, we're looking at about shank length. And when I tie in the tail, I want to be very cognizant of trying to get as smooth a body as possible. One underneath for luck. Okay, now I'm going to tie in a rear piece of peacock herl. Just one peacock herl will do. So I'm just going to tie that in here. And I'm going to take 2 turns and then tie it off. What I'll do is I'll just carry that on up. And I'm judging now by where I want to put my second lot of herl. So I think I'll be putting that about there. And I'll make my way back. And now I'm going to tie in some red floss. Okay, and now I'm going to tie that up. And tie that off. And remove the excess. Hopefully a bit neater than that. And now, take my thread to the other side of the herl, and I'll put in another couple of turns. And tie that off. Remove the excess. Now I'm going to tie in the brown hackle, brown or ginger. Just going to trim the waist. Okay, and as I tie this hackle in, I want the shiny side facing the eye and the concave duller side facing the tail. Now I'm going to try for about 3 turns behind the wing. And then 2 or 3 turns in front of the wing. Another one of the dial, and 3 turns in front of the wing. And then I'll tie off. Remove the excess. And book finish. want to do a couple of turn whip finish, and I can afford to tidy up. And varnish. And there you have the Quack. Good for poor light conditions and fast broken water. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.